No more.
It has begun!
It's showtime.
I must predict.
I'll be back.
This is Video Store Clerks. Welcome to the store.
Happy Veterans Day, good people of TV land and the internet. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the veteran Rambo John Jay and the classic film Rambo First Blood Part 2.
What a funny title.
Huh?
What a funny title.
I know, right? I always just used to call it Rambo First Blood because I didn't realize the original back in the day was called Rambo First Blood. I just thought it was Rambo because that's what I called it. So it wasn't later until I was in my teens where it was like Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so the first one's just Rambo First Blood. It is really confusing.
It is. It is. It's very confusing, actually.
But anyway, we will be going through the film this evening, talking about some of the stuff that they went through to make this film. But before we do that, we will be hitting the news. And then after we do that, we will do our usual clip of the week. As you all see, Dave is not here. He is on a secret mission. He is stalking other video stores. He's hiding in dumpsters and shit. But anyway, further ado, we are your video store clerks. I am Chadmang, Colonel Chadmang Troutmang.
Jug Nasty here.
And Mike. Oh shit. Fucking John. Welcome.
Rambo, John Jay, reporting for duty.
Well, all right. And there you have it. Without further ado, let's see what we got on the news.
So here's one model. This one has definitely shifted a bit. So as you head through the rest of the night tonight.
It shifted a bit.
All right. Shifted a bit.
That's going to be a new, you need to make that a new phrase.
She's about to
It's
smack
shifted
a
a
bit.
bitch.
Shifted a bitch.
Shifted a bitch.
All right, gentlemen, as we always start out the news with the top 10 box office smashers. Number 10, Tron Ares, still in the works in the top 10 for maybe another couple weeks. Did 1.8 mil this week, doing 71.3 the last 5 weeks. Number 9.
I'm surprised.
Deliver Me From Nowhere.
Are you listening to me?
No.
They're listening to Danzig. He's getting mad.
You need to listen up. I said I'm surprised it's even in the top 10 still.
I mean, there's nothing else that's really out. So, I mean, I get it. Number 9. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Did $2.1 million this week. Did 20.2 mil the last 3 weeks.
You know, they call Bruce Springsteen the boss, but whenever I'm out in the jungle, I'm the boss.
All right. El Jefe. You know who you look like? Die, 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 my darling. Don't utter a single word.
Billy Joel.
Yes.
I already said Danzig.
Number 8, Die My Love. That's what brought that little tyrant on. How you like that? First week out did $2.6 million.
You know, I once met this girl. She saved my life, and then she was immediately killed. So this title of this film kind of reminds me of that.
All right. Number 7, Chainsaw Man. Did $3.4 million this week, doing 37.7 mil the last 3 weeks.
You know, when we're in the jungle and we're dealing with Charlie, I didn't get to use a chainsaw. I just used my bare hands to kill a man.
I thought the best weapon was the mind. I don't know. Number 6, Begonia did $3.4 million this week, doing $12.1 million the last 3 weeks.
It's a funny word, isn't it?
You know, I've been in the field for a while, and I don't know what the fuck a begonia is. Is that
baloney?
Is that a type of flower?
No, but it's a movie. If you want to go check out the review, go over to the Scene Snobs, see McManhattan. He's been reviewing all these new editions. Go give them a like and a follow and a subscribe. Check them out.
I heard it was decent. I have no idea what it's about, though.
Have to go check out Mick's review. Haha. Number 5, Nuremberg. First week out did $4.2 million. Do not ask me what it is because I have no idea.
It's Nuremberg.
That's
You're not
Not
familiar?
Nordberg.
It's Russell Crowe movie, right?
I have no idea, to be honest. I didn't look up shit.
He plays the Nazi Gorg or whatever his name was. Yeah, I think it's that movie.
I'm not sure if the film's about the trials or what. I think it is. I can't remember.
I think it's the trials.
Number 4, Sarah's Oil. First week out did $4.2 million. No idea. As soon as I heard the word oil, I thought of Landman. Landman. Because I've been watching that the last couple of days.
You know, speaking of oil, sometimes to get these muscles glistening, I throw on a little bit of oil, and that does the trick.
That's good. That is good. Number 3, Black Phone 2 did $5.1 million this week, doing $70 million the last 4 weeks.
You know, the only time I used a black phone was when we were in the bush and getting ambushed by Charlie, and I had to call in for reinforcements a couple clicks up.
The next film is one that I will never do with you, John. Regretting You did $6.6 million this week, doing $38 million the last 3 weeks.
You know, I have some regrets, but too few to mention.
All right.
Oh, this is the Terminator episode all over again.
I'm going to do it my way. Number 1, blockbuster smasher in the box office this week. The debut of Predator Badlands brought in $40 million opening week.
You know that film Predator.
Tell us some about the Badlands you spent in, John.
I've been in some pretty bad lands.
Throw up.
I've been in some pretty bad lands, but that film Predator, that guy that starred in the film back in the day, he's a real scumbag, and he has nothing against that actor Sylvester Stallone.
Who, Carl Weathers?
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
God damn
There's
it.
lots of Easter eggs in this movie.
That guy, his muscles did not compare.
Got some sad news. We had a couple deaths this week.
I've seen a lot of death.
Legendary actress Sally Kirkland had passed away at the age of 84. And Cleto Acevedo III died at the age of 59. He was Jimmy Fallon's band leader and best friend. He was sick the last month or two, and he passed away. Jimmy Fallon posted this morning.
Damn.
Or not Jimmy Fallon. I'm sorry, Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, yeah.
Kimmel.
Damn.
Old Jimmy Kimmel.
What was the guy's name again?
Cleto Acevedo.
Oh, man. That's
the front man for the, was it Cleto and the Cleoites or Cleoites or
something like that. I can't actually stand the show, but the bands are always good that are on those late night shows.
Yeah, but his opening band.
That sucks.
That does suck.
I don't know a Kimball, but I knew a Teasel one time I ran into, and we had a disagreement.
Interesting. Birthdays today. Leonardo DiCaprio turned 51 today.
Wow.
Demi Moore turned 63 today. And the man, Bill Moseley, turned 74 today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Crazy.
It is nuts.
Crazy. And then some other news. Linda Carter's Wonder Woman came out 50 years ago on November 7th. And they just auctioned off her get-up on October 24th with the whole outfit, including the lasso. They got $225,000 is what her outfit went for. Pretty pricey.
No
I think
shit.
it's fucking crazy. It's been 50 years since she debuted in that show.
No shit. Leonardo DiCaprio's 50. How old is he? Is 51?
51.
It's so weird.
Right?
Like, what the fuck?
I still see him in Critters 3 every time I watch it. And he's still a little kid. I'm like, what the fuck? We got a lot of crazy shit going on. So there's a Lord of War sequel with Nick Cage coming out called Lords of War. And it'll be a story where he is going up running against his son in arms. And his son will be played by Bill Skarsgård. And that was one of my favorite Nick Cage movies from back in the day.
I don't think I ever saw that.
That's a good one. It's got your buddy Jared Leto in it.
Probably will never watch it then.
He plays Nick Cage, coked out brother.
Oh no, I couldn't. I don't want to be. Yeah,
he's not in it as much as Cage, but he's in it.
It's okay. It's probably very annoying enough for me to be annoyed with it to watch the movie.
Kinda, yeah. They're making a V for Vendetta TV series on HBO Max, so we'll have to see what comes of that. I'm sure it won't be the same dude, but
why do that? I really am not a fan of this whole let's make series out of movies when we already got the whole story.
Well, you're gonna love this one.
What?
A new series coming out on Netflix called DC Crime, starring Jimmy Olsen. They're making a TV series about Superman's friend Jimmy Olsen.
Okay, so that I could see, but at the same point, who cares? Jimmy Olsen had a boring life.
First villain is going to be Gorilla Good.
Okay. I don't understand that one. That's but whatever. It might be something they can usually pull something out of their ass when it comes down to characters from other shows, but when it comes down to like full movies being turned into like series, that's a little annoying. But still, who gives a fuck about Jimmy Olsen?
What are you, Jimmy? What are you, Jimmy Olsen, Cub reporter for the Daily Asshole?
Yes.
On occasion.
Another remake in the works, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, starring Ryan Reynolds. Clint Eastwood classic.
Who's going to be is Ryan Reynolds and who else, do you know?
I have no idea just yet.
Huh. I haven't seen that movie in years, the original.
I don't believe I've ever seen it, to be honest with you, because I'm not a big Eastwood fan.
That's the one with Bridges in it, right? With Jeff Bridges.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I figured
John
Sly,
might.
I say Sly up there, my
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen a few of those films.
Is it Clint Eastwood and Jeff Bridges?
I don't remember.
Is it Bo?
Or is it Bo? I can't remember. It might be Bo Bridges.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's been years. I was a kid and watched it. But I don't know. Like that's Ryan Reynolds. I don't know. It all depends on who else is playing in it with him. You know what I mean?
It is Jeff Bridges.
And other 30-year sequels.
That's Jeff Bridges.
Gremlins 3 with Chris Columbus getting behind the mic or the camera,
that.
I should say.
It's about goddamn time. Just gonna throw that out there.
I just hope they don't fuck it up and make a bunch of CG puppets.
Man, because that might piss me off. Like what they do with like my child with our childhood. I mean, look what they did to the Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? That they went from having really cool, like, looking shit to Roblox characters, basically. Like,
it's pretty bad.
It looks horrible. Like, what the fuck? Like, so I don't know. And then Beetlejuice 2 sucked ass. Like, yeah, just do us right. I love the Gremlins. I want to see more Gremlins.
I mean, we all love Gremlins.
But for the love of fuck, do it old school.
They very well should.
Yes.
You know, those Ninja Turtles, I hear they come from the sewers. And I know a thing or two about that, where I've been tortured in pig shit once or twice. So I can relate to those turtles.
Tortured in pig shit.
Have you ever been covered in leeches?
Yes.
Perfect.
Pick them off one by one.
With that exact kind of knife.
Perfect.
No.
And I figured I'd use the last bit of the news to plug a good friend of ours, Tony Wash, who was in the latest issue of Variety. He had just been moved up to the director of programming and original production for Screambox. He's got a new horror-themed trivia show coming out based off of characters from his movie Skeletons in the Closet called Better Luck Than Chuck. It is through the teaser on their YouTube channel. The link is down below, so go check that out, along with Scotchworthy TV. He hasn't posted anything on there for a while. But if you want to get to know Tony, jump on there and check some of that out. There's a lot of watch parties they do with some of the films he's done. He was on our episode of How High on the Hog.
High on the Hog, yeah.
Episode 144. And go check out Screambox if you're into horror films. Fucking great platform. We got a lot of original shit. Series Bloody Bites. And then, like I said, Better Luck Than Chuck should be coming out soon. He doesn't have a distributor yet. But the game show is based off of the characters of Skeletons in the Closet, the widow, and her dead husband, Charlie. So go check that out. It's like a lot of fun.
Wait, did you say Charlie?
Charlie.
Canceled.
So go check out Tony. Go check out
dead, right?
Go check out Scotchworthy. Go check out Screambox. I won't steer you in the wrong direction. Good shit over
Do
there.
it.
Show some love.
You got to do it. Yeah.
Speaking of love, I heard also in news, I heard that Vincent Price was voted the #1 best horror actor of all time.
Because he is.
Much deserved.
Yep.
Much deserved. Legend. All right, gentlemen. Let's celebrate the vets today. Time to jump into the main feature of the podcast.
Yeah, because it's
Rambo
like
First Blood Part 2.
we went back to 1985 last time. But
Another
we
40-year celebration.
We stayed in 1985 for this week.
We did.
What a year for film.
It really was. May 22nd, 1985, this movie came out. Runtime 96 minutes. The budget of $25.5 million, bringing in $300.4 million. So that's a hell of a flip. Like today, that'd be like making it for 60 mil and bringing in 700. So that's a hell of a fucking growth.
Yeah.
Story by Kevin Jarre. Directed by George Cosmatos. Screenplay by Stallone and James Cameron.
Jimmy Cameron, yeah.
Although Stallone got onto the picture and had sole custody for the script, so he could change anything at any time, and he changed most of it.
Yeah, I think
the story developed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the screenplay that Cameron had was a little bit more serious.
Yes.
Not just all blood and guts type things. But this is the same director, if I'm not mistaken, who did Cobra a year later with Stallone as well.
Yeah.
Love Cobra.
Yeah, the music's even great in this too. You got the build-up with Jerry Goldsmith. Fucking classic. And as per the first one, all the characters are from David Morrow's novel. Which I thought about picking that up today, but I did not.
I've actually wondered. I keep forgetting about that every time. I'm like, what was that one movie I wanted to get a book, the book of?
The Running Man.
No.
Running Man.
I mean, I've already got the Running Man, but
The Running Man. No, but Cameron's idea was a lot different. Like Stallone wanted a straight up action film. I think in Cameron's he died at the end, and then it was also going to be like a buddy retrieval kind of thing where it was him and John Travolta. We're going to be running the mission because they just got finished doing, I think, Staying Alive 2. Or they're about to start writing Staying Alive 2. So I'm kind of glad it went this way.
Yeah, really.
Because I think Stallone only had maybe like 50 lines of dialogue in the whole film. It was just all action-based. I mean, it's kind of what everybody, I guess, wanted our U.S. military to be, like how they expected things to be, because even Ronald Reagan was on the pro-Rambo kick.
Yeah.
I mean, the 80s was definitely a crazy time.
It's good marketing, for the military. Especially back then we were trying to recruit. If you can get a character that's adored by kids, basically, a violent character like this, where kids are like, hey, I want to be like Rambo. I want to join the military and serve my country. They did the job.
Yeah, this spawned off another film, well, multiple films. At the time, it was just one up until a few years back. So there was 3 in the original trilogy. Then they just made the last 2. But I mean, you got the cartoon, like a whole fucking toy line, all kinds of shit. Like I used to love the cartoon. I watched that shit all the time. I had all the figures.
Well, I don't know if I knew there was a Rambo cartoon.
Fuck yeah, there's a Rambo cartoon. That's what all the action figures are based off of, pretty much too, is the cartoon.
None of the action figures. I didn't know there was a cartoon. I don't think. You might have to look into that after the show.
That's good shit, man. I wish we had a clip of it. The intro of it was pretty dope. And then luckily, Richard Crenna came back to play Troutman. Originally, he was going to have Kirk Douglas come in there, but he wanted Rambo to die at the end as well and did not care for the story, so he ended up quitting.
Yeah, in the novel, that's how it happens.
Yeah,
he dies at the end. Sorry,
well, they changed the novel straight up from the original. So I mean, and then even David Morrell said he liked the way they portrayed it, like it wasn't sad, like the hero won, happy ending. 80s were a big fan of happy endings. There we go. There's a picture of the Rambo cartoon.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Looks almost exactly like G.I. Joe.
I was gonna say, yeah, it
is because Co is his little buddy. I guess she didn't. Spoiler, I guess, pass away, and she's in there.
Interesting. Yeah,
dude, I love that shit growing up.
Dude, I still got a lot of those same figures. I remember back during COVID, whenever I was going through boxes and stuff or whatever, I found some of my old toys, and a lot of it was Rambo stuff. And I was talking to my buddy Joe the other day, and it's like we both were talking about how we had like the play set. It's funny now thinking about the type of play sets that kids have and everything like that. But it was like a knife and like
M60 with like Nerf grenades.
Yeah. There's even like a bike, like almost a missile launcher thing that would go on your bike or whatever and light up and everything and make the noises. So it's funny that they're basically making these violent weapons for kids. It's like, oh yeah, buy them up. But everybody had that knife.
None of them had orange plastic tips on them because that's how we rolled.
No,
true.
Like
we
they
live dangerously
like
as
actual
kids.
weapons.
Yeah.
So crazy the way the times have come. But this fucking movie, man, like it holds up. Like this was my first introduction into Rambo. And this was my fucking movie growing up as a kid. Like it was one of those remote dropper joints. Like you just fucking get in there. Like that shit was dope. Like I always remembered the fucking scene where he's hiding in the mud with his fucking knife. And then the dude comes walking along and you see the eyeball open and you're like, oh shit. I guess this guy's about to get fucked up. And then he gets fucked up.
Like he really, I mean, I was always impressed with the fact that you really don't see him in the mud. And I remember watching like Predator and being like, well, he's right there. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so that's why Stallone's better. But
very familiar in Predator, that scene. A couple years later, it's like, hey, Arnie, why you steal my shit, bro?
Yeah, really.
And this is during their rival too. Like Stallone was coming up quick. And then like right after this, fucking old Jimmy Cameron started
I remember that shit though.
Terminator.
How awesome is that? They're selling a knife, a gun, and a grenade to children.
Yeah.
Me and my friends used to throw those things at each other all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, dive off into the dirt and shit.
At least you got a compass, so at least you can tell the kids if they get lost where to go.
Yeah, those things didn't work with a shit. My dad even told me. He's like, don't ever pay attention to this.
It never did work.
Yeah, no.
Such a dope ass kid set though. He had all kinds of Rambo shit. Like my grandfather even built me like this dope ass little base. Like I had the Jeep. I had like 4 different Rambos. Like one of them had like a cut off gray hoodie on, and then some just jeans and a boots. And like that was so dope. You'd always lose the fucking knife. I don't think any knives survived my childhood. Neither did the figures.
I had one of those big Rambo figures. My dad used to be real big in the ham radio thing, and we would go to like these like flea market kind of ordeals, and people would be selling like really random video games for like old school computer stuff, whatever. Like I was little, and Dad and I got 2 figures, and one of them was Mr. T, and it was a big figure too, and the other one was Rambo. And I was actually going to say it a minute ago, but like 2, this movie is also where we kind of got the look, like, you know, everybody was familiar with the look with the band, you know, with the bandana and stuff. But yeah, I was just sort of thinking, I was like, man, yeah, but I can't believe I didn't know about the show though. But like the toys and all that shit, I remember that shit all over the place.
Yeah, you got Savage, the enemy of Rambo. They had to come up with a villainous group because you can't really market Vietnamese or Russian.
Well,
right, especially in the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah.
Like nobody's buying.
Shit was all still very, very touchy subjects. And then plus you had the video games, man. Like that game sucked dick. And I've played it a million times, but fuck. So stupid. You're just running back and forth through the jungle trying to find these secret portals and you can never fucking find them. Like I remember me and Dave, I think we fucking streamed it way back in the day when we first started this channel. And it sucked.
Is there a Rambo game now?
They made newer ones, yeah.
They did? Okay.
They made one about the same time I think that Rocky game came out.
I didn't know there was a Rocky game.
Yeah, for Xbox. It was pretty dope. It was fun. You got the train and shit and build muscle, work out, hit the heavy bag and shit.
I was going to say, like a good Rambo game, that could be kind of cool. But I mean,
yeah,
like just be like Call of Duty. Yeah.
Fuck that game.
Yeah. That's funny.
With your big head.
Dave hates Friday the 13th. I hate that fucking game.
Oh, yeah.
Such a pain in the ass. You get nowhere, really fucking slow.
But Rambo got like kind of almost like how Freddy Krueger became.
Oh, dude, he was a household name. Like you fucking knew who Rambo was.
Yeah, I mean, he's been referenced about as many times as Freddy Krueger in other movies and TV shows and all kinds of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Iconic
Baseball. That's better than Rambo.
Like, I've always been more of a Rambo guy than Rocky. You know?
That's a tough one for me, man. It's a tough one.
Jesus. The newer game. He looks a little sad there.
That looks pretty shitty, though.
That looks really bad.
He looks like a undeveloped character.
Yeah, it looks really like
he's very, very blotchy looking.
Yeah, they might want to go back and work on that.
What year did that one come out? Like 2002 or 2003, something like that?
Oh yeah, it's about time for a new one then. I don't even play video games, but if that was a thing, I would definitely try to play it.
It's been at least 11 years. It was saying it's for PS3 and Xbox 360.
Oh wow! Yeah, I never played that one. I thought they had one for Xbox, a regular one.
Maybe.
I don't know. No, but this fucking movie back in the day, man, like I had this shit on nonstop. And then like we were talking in our group chat. Chuck, you found out how many total kills Rambo had since all of them. What was the number? You remember?
What was the number? Because
this was a kill fest in this film. He didn't kill anybody in part one, except for the dude that thought the helicopter, but he didn't really kill him.
I think 490, maybe.
Jesus Christ. There was 75 in this one.
Are those confirmed kills?
Yeah. Let me make sure. Let me double check here. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Because according to Howard, a kill is a kill is a kill.
Yeah, 490 on screen kills across the 5 movies.
That's fucking. Well, most of them probably came from the last one, because he fucking went bonkers in that movie.
Yeah, isn't it like a 20-minute just shooting?
Oh, it is a slaughter fest.
Yeah,
And it's hard to gauge anyway because he's like blowing up villages and all kinds of shit. So you don't know who's in those huts and everything like that.
Right. I wonder how many POWs he killed by accident. Because he was like, he snatched that helicopter. He just started blowing up every hut he saw.
yeah. So they really could do a really badass game with this shit.
Collateral damage.
And the $1 million question for this whole movie between us, though, nobody else probably fucking cares, but we got to find out who the guard is at the beginning of the movie that looks like LaFours. I'm pretty sure it's LaFours, but
it looks like him.
I can't find confirmation.
It might just be one of those things, like you said before we got on here.
We got to make sure and find out if it's Sven O. Thorson. LaFours from Mallrats, if nobody has any clue what we're talking about, which that probably happens a lot. That's why we...
Unless maybe he went by a different name then.
Or he was no credit because he literally...
Didn't do anything.
He was in it for 5 minutes. He probably shot for 6 hours that day and left.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, nobody really wanted to make this film until Stallone jumped in. Like, it was kind of up for grabs, I guess. And took over and ran with it. And luckily, I guess he made it pretty much all action fairy tale land. He said it's his least favorite one out of the franchise, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because of how far-fetched it is. But I'm like, you're the one that fucking did it.
I mean, it's a really like iconic movie.
It is.
You know,
Like
it's kind of like, yeah, my favorite one's the first one. I just think there's a better story there, and it, you know,
I just love the song at the end too, the Long Road song.
Yeah, but like this one is like, this is where we all got Rambo. Like I said, the look and just like the some of the iconic scenes and all that stuff. Because I think this was the first one I saw too.
Right.
And then going back and seeing the first one, I was like, whoa, wait a second, okay, this is kind of, you know, like there's cheesiness. There's cheese in this movie.
Yeah.
Not as much cheese as in the third one. Because I remember the last time I watched the third one, which was still been a while, and I remember being like, wow, this is a lot funnier than it should be. You know what I mean? But First Blood Part 2 is yeah, it's a solid action film though.
Family Feud.
Yeah, I was like, what?
That's fucking gotta be him, yo.
It looks like him.
Looks just like him.
That's gotta be him. We gotta get confirmation somewhere.
Hey, you're not allowed to use your name, man. I don't like it.
It's gotta be Sven-O. If that's not Sven-O, that's his stunt double.
Maybe not. I don't know.
It does look kind of off.
It looks off now that I'm looking at it. But like, if you just watch it and you don't like stop it or anything like that, you're like, oh shit, that's.
I wonder if he's got a brother, yo, because he looks just like if he had a brother, that'd be him.
I don't know.
Right.
Because they're both pretty like big dudes. Like I know Sven-O's 6'3", so I mean I guess he's definitely shorter because he's the same height as Stallone and he's like 5'9".
When did Thorson get his start? I'll look it up. Keep going.
I mean, he was in the Running Man and shit. So I mean,
he was in
Conan.
Yeah,
he was in Conan.
Yeah, and Red Heat and Red Sonja.
I know.
Crazy shit. No, but this movie too, like it. I like the very beginning. Fucking Troutman goes up there, gets him out of prison after the first one. Some of the timeline shit don't make sense. You can kind of pick this film apart if you wanted to be a dick about it instead of just enjoying a fucking fun action film that, like I said, 96 minutes of shit runs out quick.
Which, if we didn't like this movie, we would pick it apart.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's very easy to do.
Yeah.
I was kind of doing it myself earlier when I was watching it. And I was like, no, don't do that. Because I heard like he was shooting an AK, and I'm like, that's not an AK.
Right.
That's another gun sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, this fucking movie, I mean, you got, like I said, I'm glad Richard Crenna came back. He fucking kills it as Troutman. Yeah. And then whenever he goes off on his mission and meets up with Bao, fucking Julia Nixon, who I've always had a kind of a crush on back in the day, especially after Golden Child.
Oh
She's bad.
Yeah.
She's bad. She was in that movie Sidekicks with Chuck Norris and what's his face that passed away.
Oh, Jonathan. Oh fuck, what was his name? Brandis. Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah, like she's such a gorgeous woman. Even still, like I think she's 66 and she still looks like she did back then.
Yeah.
And then fucking you got Martin Cove, Mr. Cobra Kai. Erickson
I forgot he was in this.
plays the dickhead like usual.
How could he not?
And he don't really have a big role. Like a lot of these guys too, like they don't have any huge roles like the little sideline players. Now like Charles Napier, now he's got one of the mainer roles. Like he's just a straight dick, legend actor. Fucking he's just there to clean up some bullshit. He don't really care. He just sending some guy in there that will probably die and it'll be the end of his little investigation that he's just collecting a paycheck for. Like he has no feelings of the matter. He even says, like, this isn't my war. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I got to follow orders too.
Yeah, like he's just going by the book. And that's what they want to do because, I don't know.
Government puppet.
A little bit.
And then the one Russian colonel, Podolsky, Steven Burkhoff, he looked really familiar, but I could not picture where the fuck I knew that dude from.
From Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, that's it. That is it. It was bugging the piss, and I didn't want to look it up because I was getting mad at myself for not knowing.
Victor Maitland.
Yeah. Same thing with George Chung, the fucking Tay, the Vietnamese general.
And he was Orlov in Octopussy.
I'm not big on James Bond.
He was a detective in Clockwork Orange.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one too.
Yeah. Real long time.
Yeah. I'll have to change that.
Good villain, though.
Like going back and watching this, though, like, do you guys still have the same feeling you had when you were a kid?
Yeah. At first I was like, I'm kind of, I haven't watched it in forever, whatever. And it came on and I was just like, as I was getting into it, and it was just like, I immediately remember being a kid and like in my living room, like it was like on TV or some shit, like, and watching this. And I don't know, I had a good time with it. It was just, you had that feeling, It's like, oh yeah, he's going to kick some ass. There's not too many movies out there where we have characters that like we automatically are like, those are our dudes, and Rambo is being a badass the whole time. You're like, that's right, he's gonna kick some ass. We always knew it's like Rambo's gonna kick some ass. That's what we always wait for in these movies. And I'd say I still get excited watching these movies.
It's hard not to, not only the nostalgia factor, but it's just kind of mindless violence,
Right.
And in a fun kind of way, it's like almost a precursor to how like the video games of today are, where you can just shoot them up and not care. You can go into a different world and just not worry about anything like that. So back then we didn't have video games where it was like first person shooter type things where you just shooting the hell out of everything, and it's so realistic. And it's like you could live vicariously through Rambo. Not only are you killing the bad guys, but you're serving your country as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's been a while since I've actually watched this, which I was kind of surprised. Like I said, I couldn't even tell you. I've definitely seen this shit over 100 times in my day. Easy.
And not only that, it's like you watch the first film, you watch First Blood, and you hear how much Troutman hypes up John Rambo, where he's talking to Teasel, like, we created this guy. He, you're going to need a good supply of body bags. Hey, it's your one man against the 200, all this stuff where it's like, this guy is a killing machine, and you don't get to see that in the first film. Now you get to see what Rambo is all about.
What you call hell, he calls home. That is one of my favorite lines.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of good
lines.
It's like he can eat things that makes a billy goat throw up.
Yeah, he really is his cheerleader, isn't he? Though, yeah, you're right.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
he's the best. What do you say? He's the best war vet I've ever seen in my life. Like, just shows you how badass he is. And then like I just love the getting ready to go like the segment where he's kind of like, I don't know if you'd call it like a montage kind of training, because there isn't really one, but it's like a montage of like him getting ready. And like they fucking play that iconic music that'll just give you goosebumps. And then you fucking see him like tying his boots, fucking sharpening his knife, tying the headband back. Like it's so fucking, like, it just gives you fucking chills. Like just talking about it, I'm just like, fuck, that scene's so hard. Like it's so good.
Yeah. It's like, he's about ready to kick some ass.
Yeah.
Here comes that ass kicking.
So fucking good, man. Like me and Dave, like a long time ago, we did a spoof where like I was dressed up as Jason, because we were doing a little like Friday the 13th real life video game spoof. And that was like our little trailer for it. Was like I was tying my boots and I had my fucking Jason socks on so you could kind of see him. And then like I have like the machete, and then I turn around and pull the mask down as I turn around. That's pretty dope. I was trying to find it so we could put it on here, but I couldn't find it.
I want to see that.
It's hard to say where that fucking video went.
And it's great timing and casting for Martin Cove. We're talking about Marty Cove. Just a year earlier, you got Karate Kid, and that Kreese is a military vet. So now you got 1985, you got Rambo coming out, and this is almost like the Kreese backstory,
right?
Per se, because it's like this is what you would imagine Kreese went through before he went and became a karate instructor or whatever. So I thought it was great casting, especially for the time.
I'm glad you made it back. Such a fucking good shit. Like the whole conversation too on the boat, whenever he first go, because he gets fucking all fucked up whenever he's trying to jump out of the plane too. So like you're thinking he's gonna fucking die, and then he loses half of his shit because he has to cut it all off. So he's just fucked running around through the jungle, barely having anything except for his like bow and his fucking knife. All the other equipment's gone. No fucking camera. That's what he's there for, to take pictures. And I just like how whenever he's like, you're just there to observe, and he's like, what? I can't bring him home? He's like, you're there for pictures. And he's just kind of like staring at Troutman the whole time. And he's like, I don't fucking know, man.
That's the thing. If he doesn't,
fucked.
Even if he doesn't get caught up on the plane, I think if he just landed normal without any kind of issue, he would have just thrown that camera down and said, fuck it, I'm going after these guys.
Oh, 100%. Like he had every intention of bringing people back.
Yeah.
But I mean, you would still be questioning it from the jump though, whenever he found out that Murdoch lies to him.
Yeah.
Because he's like telling him like, yeah, I was deployed here and I lost all these guys. And he's like, he's full of shit. Like, I don't trust him. He's like, the only person I trust is you, Troutman, because you got my back. You're my cheerleader.
You're the only one I trust.
So, I mean, that right there just goes to show you, like, going in, like, he's about to get fucked somehow.
Yeah.
Sir, do we get to win?
It's up to you this time.
Yeah,
right.
It's such a good intro.
Oh, yeah, man.
Jerry Goldsmith kills the shit in here.
And I like that shot, too, going back whenever Troutman and Rambo, like Rambo's still in the prison breaking rocks or whatever, and you got that barbed wire fence between the two of them, and it's a shot from like the top of the barbed wire where you see Troutman on the one side and Rambo on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was a good shot.
And it's funny, he's in part 3. Like, I know we're not talking about 3, but like it starts out kind of the same way, but instead of being in prison, he's at like a Buddhist monastery, like helping them fix up their temples and shit. So it kind of starts out the same way. And then he goes back to war. War's just in his blood.
Yeah.
I'm expendable.
What makes you expendable?
And it's funny because then years later you got the Expendables film.
Of course. Yeah.
No, I do like the scene though when they were just kind of talking, getting to know each other, him and Co. And then they have that whole speech, and he's just like, she's like, "You like to fight?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "I'm just good at it."
Yeah.
And then he shows her what the fuck's up. Well, I didn't realize like how funny the one scene was till today, or not today, but yesterday, when I was watching, whenever they're like hanging outside the Vietnamese huts or whatever, and then they see the girl pull up on the scooter, and then fucking Ko's like, "Psycho girl's whore from Village." I'm like, what? And she just goes in there and fucking bangs out fucking George Cheng.
That's the job.
That shit just cracked me up though, because I didn't realize what she said before, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I must have rewound it like 3 times just to make sure. I was like, "Yeah."
Psycho horror.
When they're well, I couldn't help but think it was kind of funny how they made her talk. Like the way she, it was I don't know, like her broken English. Like she didn't really have much of an accent. I know she but she had broken English, but spoke like she came from Los Angeles. Like
acting.
Well, not very good. Because that I was laughing at that. I was like, that's kind of ridiculous. The way she was just so choppy with her words. I'm like, but she doesn't have an accent whatsoever. So just, I've never heard anybody not have an accent when they have choppy English.
Right. What are some of the favorite scenes that you guys liked in this film?
The torture scene.
That is a good one.
That's
I think
that's when you really get to learn, like, you know, that they're not learn, but that's how it's just like shows how much he can actually take. And then, like, you know he's gonna break out and kick ass.
Right.
How many times have I said that now?
I think the scene that sticks out the most, even when I was a kid, was whenever he has the arrow and he ends up blowing up the guy.
Yeah, mine too. That's a good one too. Yeah.
Like right after he shoots Ko.
Yeah, because it's so crazy that it's like they're coming up with this plan to like go into Thailand and go back to the United States and everything. It's like, okay, they just like fell in love. Like she saved him, and now it's like, all right, let's escape back to the United States or whatever. And then immediately stands up and gets blown away. It's like
she's the one that says they're safe too, though. Then she just like walks out from the rock and gets fucking capped in the chest.
But it's like they came up with this whole plan to like spend the rest of their lives together in that moment, and then immediately it's taken away.
Yeah.
But
like, what would happen after they actually got to be together, though? I mean, there really wouldn't be a third one. He'd be still living in Thailand, but he probably wouldn't have been a stick fighter, and he definitely wouldn't have been working at the monks.
But yeah, going back to that scene where he takes the missile arrow or whatever and blows up the guy, man. It's so overly excessive because it's like he's been using those arrows to blow up the vehicles and all kinds of shit. And it's like, oh, I'm just going to use it on this one dude.
I mean, he pissed him off, man.
And you see the fear in the guy's eye. He's like, he's trying to shoot him and he's missing. Like these guys, I feel like all these Vietnamese guys and these Russian guys that are in this film must have like went to the stormtrooper school of shooting, because everybody's shooting at Rambo and they can't even fucking come close to hitting him.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And it's like he's shooting at him, can't hit him. And then he starts running and he turns back and he's like trying to hold the gun steady to shoot him, and then poof, just completely blows him to pieces. Like how badass is that?
Yeah,
it's a good scene.
That scene's pretty fucking pretty good. Like I always like the one too, like whenever he finds the one POW and then they're trying to get out of there or whatever, and then Ko gets fucking a gun to her head, and then next thing you know, you just hear that fucking snap of the bow, because that bowstring snaps so fucking good in this. And every scene he fires it, and then you just see him get a fucking arrow to the head and gets pegged to the tree. Like that scene for me, that's the shit. Like that scene was one of my favorites.
Yeah, some good kills in this one.
Yeah, very good, very good. But this fucking movie, man, like I don't know, just even talking about it now, I want to go downstairs and watch it after we're done, just because I've been watching shit about Rambo all day.
Right,
like, this fucking guy is ridiculous. Like everybody on the set was saying he was crazy because he'd get up at like 5 a.m., work out for 4 hours, then they'd film all day, and then he'd work out again. Like he was taking like boxing lessons, he was taking archery lessons, he was fucking just working out nonstop. He got his body fat down to 3%. Like he was so unhealthy because like they kept like checking on him and shit. Like every time between takes, he was like just beat the fuck up. Like he wanted to make sure everything was right. He wanted everything to be raw. He did everything himself.
Yeah.
Like he almost got blown up by one of the explosions on fucking set.
Well, what? You think I get this physique from eating donuts?
Huh.
All right. I got to work out all day.
They said for breakfast he ate a cup of oatmeal, and then for lunch he ate a salad and a boiled piece of chicken.
And it's like I was,
and he wouldn't eat anything the rest of the day.
and it's like I was telling Chad, man. Even going into the third one, it looks like he's even more shredded than that one. It's like
Yeah.
Stallone was a madman, you know.
Yeah, like he even said, like he's like, I just want this to look as real as possible. So like they like all the scenes with an explosion and shit, like they'd do like some dry runs and then they'd fucking do the take and he would nail it every fucking time. Like the scene where he grabs a snake. He said they he was just walking through there and he like walked through there a few times and just practiced it. And it was a real snake. Like everybody thinks it was fake, but it was like a legit snake. Like they had a fucking snake wrangler on the set. And then he'd like go over and hang out with the snake. So the snake got to know him so he wouldn't try to do anything.
No,
It's a little
guaranteed, but
it's a little ridiculous because you don't, whenever you think of military guys, you don't think that all these guys in the military over there are all shredded like like Rambo. They're not running around with their shirts off and shit.
I mean, you got to figure too. He just spent 3 years in prison, fucking slamming rocks with a sledgehammer.
Well, yeah, but he was already, jacked up before that.
yeah.
It's like, you look shredded, man. You look like Rambo, like in Rambo 2. Like you're that kind of shredded. That's what I was going for.
But that was what he was selling. He knew. It's like, whenever you come up with a character, it's like you want that character to be so kind of, I don't know,
Authentic.
not authentic, but it's just something you want a character where people are going to be like, I want to be that guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's
Right,
like
yeah.
you can get in good shape and everything like that. But whenever you take it to that next level like this, whenever you like freaking shredded, like completely like Stallone is in this film, kids, anybody that watches the film, they're like, oh, I would like to look like that. You know what I mean? It's something that people aspire to. So it's like, that over the top transformation into like showing off the body and everything like that. That was what was, although like I said, it seems so silly because you don't think of military guys just running around, in a foreign country with their shirts off, all shredded. But that's what they were selling in this film, and it does the job.
Yeah. So then they filmed it, in Mexico and where the hell else was it? Thailand, I guess.
Maybe.
But they said it was hot as fuck when they were filming it in the jungle in Mexico. So it was just mosquito central. He said like he would just be walking around, and the next thing you know, he'd have like a tarantula crawling on you or a scorpion or something. And then like he even like had like the interview where they're like the behind the scenes shit when they were filming it, and they were talking about everything. He's like, yeah, he's like, one day you just kind of like look down and have a scorpion crawling up your leg, and you're like, hey buddy, are you a member of SAG? He's like, get off me.
Mm.
There's a lot of jokes on set too. Like I remember like rap day, I guess they were fucking throwing cakes in each other's face and shit. Like
That's funny.
they had a lot of fun.
How could you not? You have to have like some kind of sense of humor and good time on a movie like this.
Yeah, you gotta have fun on a film like this.
Get to play Army for real.
Yeah.
Blowing shit up, shooting shit.
Like you said, like this shows more of Rambo's skills. Like, I mean, the first one you see him, like he doesn't kill anybody because he knows they're just like lawmen. So he knows that there's consequences. He doesn't want to kill anybody that has a badge because he knows they're like, I guess he's a big one in America.
They're civilians. He understands to a degree, but at the same time, they drew first blood.
Because he even tells Teasel, he's like, I could have killed every one of them, but I didn't.
They drew first blood.
Right.
I mean, this is Raven. This is Raven. We're talking
to get
about.
something to eat.
Yeah.
One for that big shit cop.
That's the problem with the first film. It's just that John Rambo is a terrible communicator. He's very shy, and if he just would have had a good conversation with Teasel, he could have just went about his business. But
Yeah.
but yeah, you get to see his skills in the first one. But like I said, Troutman hypes up, what he was in the war as a soldier. And then that's what you get to see here. Not only you see, him like in the first film where he's got the scars and they're trying to hose him down. They're like, Jesus Christ, seeing all that. And now in this one, you're getting a experience of what that's like whenever they tie him up and they're dipping him in fucking the shit and they're just abusing him, just like the other POWs. So you get, the torture with the electricity and everything like that. So you get to get a taste of what Troutman was talking about in the first film, what he went through before, and now he's going through again.
Yeah. Because even like the one Russian colonel guy, he's like, you're very strong. He's like, this is not your first time.
Right,
You've been here before. Yeah, but even like that scene there you were talking about, Mike, when he's in the mud and shit, like that wasn't like movie made bullshit. Like that was some nasty ass stagnant water that he jumped in. Like they said, like he got real sick after that and had to start taking antibiotics and shit.
Ugh.
Because he almost caught the dysentery.
Ugh. No thanks.
He was putting himself through some strenuous shit. Like after watching all that extra shit, like I had a lot of respect for Stallone before, but now I'm like, fuck, man, like you are crazy.
Well, yeah,
the rest of the cast said, because Crenna was like, I don't know how the fuck he did it.
Yeah, people can say, Stallone only had so many lines, but that wasn't the work. You see the behind the scenes stuff and all the physical work he put in. It's not, it's not the typical film where he's got some big monologue, some big all of these different scenes where he's given dialogue. It's the physical stuff that he's got to go through.
Yeah. Because he wouldn't really be talking a lot either. Because you're on a freaking covert op, like you're trying to be as stealthy as fucking possible.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a big conversation,
No. Like I did like how like he started speaking Vietnamese to the one guy and he came running out into the lake and then he threw that knife in his face. That was pretty dope. It's like, gotcha, bitch. Fooled you.
And then of course you once you realize that he's getting fucked over, because it's like he gets the one guy to the extraction point, and then Troutman and them and I keep going to call him Kreese, Erickson are there, and they get called off. They abort the mission, and they leave him behind. And then it's like when the Russians are torturing him and everything like that, and they're trying to get him to call over or whatever. And I think it's badass whenever he's like just gripping the microphone and he's like, what's the guy's name? Shit, now I forgot. Murdoch.
I love
Murdoch.
that scene.
I'm coming for you.
I like that too, because as soon as he grips it real tight and they like zoom in on his hand,
it's that sound effect, because it's like he does that grip and it's like,
well, it's dope too, because you get like that sound effect, but then after that you fucking get like the very like tinge of like the Rambo music, but then you get that big fucking thunder blast and lightning strike in the background. So like all that together, just fucking, you're just like, oh, he's about to fuck shit up. Like I don't know if he notices Ko under the porch or not, but he was ready to fuck some shit up regardless.
He had to know she was there.
I always like that scene too, how they have this fucking knife in the grill, and then fucking Yushin takes it out and fucking just like carves that line down his face.
And he completely no-sells it.
Yeah. He's just like, fuck you, get off me. Like, that scene was so good.
But then he's gonna take it and put in the other guy's eye.
Yeah. So then he fucking was like, okay, we'll fucking do this. Because you can tell he's like humane, like he wants to help us. Like he'll die for other soldiers. Like he's not afraid to. Like, and even Troutman says that. He's like, he's a man that's just gonna do what he has to do to make the job successful. And he proves that shit, because he wasn't going to talk about nothing.
Yeah. He just took all the pain and all the beatings.
Yeah. And then they fucking get out of there, and then that's whenever Ko dies. And then he just fucking goes ballistic after that and starts hunting everybody, man. Fucking all-out war.
As God intended.
Yeah. Like, that's just dope, though. Like, that whole little montage where he's just kind of, like, creeping through the woods, shooting people with the bow and arrow. Like I said, like that, just like the noise of that fucking bowstring snapping. That shit's so good. Like, you just know as soon as you hear that noise, like somebody's fucked.
Always reminds me of Gremlins when they redid that with Gizmo.
Oh
that
yeah,
whole scene.
takes the paper clip and unfolds it.
Yeah,
Fucking strike anywhere matches. Shit's
great
so good.
scene. Oh yeah.
Then you got like the spoof like Hot Shots Part 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where they like talk about the kill count and then like they do like the craziest highest kill count ever or whatever.
He does
Shit's
the
so
fighting
goofy.
thing with the goop stuff, but it's like caramel and like
Oh yeah, jellies
It's
and
like-
like fucking gummy worms and some shit on the fucking
yeah,
glove.
everything you choose at Baskin Robbins.
Look up and Mike's rubbing his nipples.
Oh, man,
Weird.
Got an itch.
Got it.
I think,
Uh-huh.
I think it's a leech.
Got a leech burn.
Yeah. What brings you good luck? This. I forgot my good luck necklace. I couldn't find it.
I've always tried to find that necklace, but I could never find it.
You know, it wasn't really much of a good luck charm for her, so
Yeah, that sure was not.
it probably wasn't for him either. But you know, didn't matter because he had his knife. Right?
I do like that scene too. Whenever like they get picked up from the extract, like on the boat to go towards the extraction point, and then they get sold out or whatever, and then he gets held up on the boat. Everybody else jumps off. Then he gets held up because that dude's strangling him, and then he fucking like unclips his knife and fucking just jams it up through his stomach to get out of there and jumps off the boat. But then like Ko's reaction at the end is fucking always cracks me up too because she's like, "Yeah, you made it, Rambo." I'm just like, "Yeah, no shit."
Well, they saw him dive off the boat, so it's not
Right.
like too far fetched. But I love it. He gets to use that missile launcher. That
Yeah.
you see earlier. Unknowingly a little bit of foreshadowing the pirates. He's talking to the pirate guy and he's like, "Hey, what happens if somebody comes and whatever?" And then he lifts up the thing and shows that the missile launcher is underneath there. So later on, he's able to get it and blow up the other boat.
Yeah, you know it's coming in play at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely. One of those important weapons that you're like, oh, he's going to use that later.
Yeah. The scene that I really didn't care for though was never. I mean, I do like it, but I don't like it. All because of the fact that, like I said, you can tear a lot of this movie apart. Is whenever he's fucking flying around in the helicopter with everybody, and then he's like, he gets kind of shot, so like he's like the bird's smoking, and then he's just sitting there in the fucking like little creek or whatever, acting like he's dead, and the dude's just like hovering in front of him with in the helicopter with all these fucking like missiles that he could just shoot at him at any time, and then he's like, he wouldn't be able to see this fucking guy in the cockpit anyway, and then just luckily there's a hole in the fucking window where he has the anti-tank weapon and just pops it up and shoots the fucking dude and kills him. And then as soon as he does that, like he turns around and you see all the other POWs in the back, and like only because of watching movies and living with my cousin, I'm like, this bullshit. And Ken, I love you, but damn you sometimes because you ruin a lot of movies for me now. Because I know these things. But like everybody in the back of that bird would be cooked from the fucking blast from behind the anti-tank weapon, the rocket launcher.
That is true.
Like they were all cooked.
Yeah.
So
it's just a movie
magic.
magic.
Like I try not to pick it apart because it's like you said, like it's just a fast-ass, like good action film. Like you can't take it serious. Like it's not like you're trying to watch like Saving Private Ryan or Platoon or something.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's got to be your big face-off between the good guy and the bad guy.
Right.
It's like so many films you have a duel, and now it's like the chase scene was with helicopters and the duel was with a anti-aircraft missile launcher. So it's like, it's super far-fetched because he's playing dead, he's playing possum, and then just immediately jumps up and shoots. And in reality, as soon as that guy comes around the corner and sees that helicopter sitting there, he's going to blow that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, as soon as he clears the tree, the other helicopter should have been firing at it, at the Russian helicopter, because it's like, okay, I don't see him. And then as soon as they come in line of view, like the missile should have been like coming right at him. So where he timed it to where, but that's not as climactic as him playing possum and then jumping up and blowing the guy up. So that's your payoff there, because, obviously Murdoch is a bad guy, for leaving him behind. But we don't get to see him get killed. We get to see Rambo show up and shoot up all the computers and everything, and threaten him and put the knife there right by his head. But he doesn't kill him. It's just similar to Teasel in the first one. He's not going to kill another American.
Yeah. Although he does look very similar to an old dude in the first one.
Brian Dennehy.
I always thought that. Yeah, Brian Dennehy.
Yeah.
You really wanted to see him beat the living shit out of him, though.
Yeah, I was watching it back. I'm like, man, I wish they would have just done a little bit more, because obviously Rambo's not going to kill him. But I mean, he could kill him, but
he would definitely put a good hurting on him if he did not kill him.
I don't think he would, just because technically, even though he fucked him over, they're still fighting for the same team.
Yeah.
But I would have liked to see him maybe rough him up, or at least if he's gonna scare him that much, like have Murdoch just like piss himself or shit himself, some kind of embarrassment, if he's not gonna get killed.
No,
I just thought of No Holds Barred, and he's like,
"What is that?
I dookied." That shit's good. I just always wondered how far their base was compared to where like the extraction or drop off point was.
Yeah,
it seemed like they were on the plane for a minute, but then it's apparently close enough to take a helicopter, and get back relatively quick.
Yeah,
so it can't be too far away, I wouldn't think. And I'm not sure if that helicopter would have made it after all the other bullshit it went through. I figured he would have to switch birds.
Well, I would have thought. Well, now we're getting into semantics, because it's like, okay, whenever the helicopter shows up to the extraction point to pick him up, why doesn't the Russian helicopter just follow it back to the U.S. base? And find out where they're.
Like I said, there's a lot of things you can pick apart here, and I try not to, but there's just some shit you got to point out.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick this movie apart, even though now I know I could, but.
I mean, some of our favorite movies, I
would still watch the shit out of it. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
I own them all except for the last one.
I never saw the last two.
Oh really? They're not bad. I don't.
Well, wait, no. Wait a second. No. I did watch the. I haven't seen the last one. I saw the one before it.
The last one is just a fucking kill fest. It's fucking bananas.
Yeah, it's like take
his house or something, right?
Take Rambo 2 and put it on steroids, and you get that one.
Right. Yeah, he looks like he might have been on that one.
But is that where his property is being
a cartel kidnap his, I think, niece or somebody,
or
some shit, and then he goes and hunts them all down.
Oh, I don't know. I've never watched that one. Then I'll have to get on that.
Yeah, it's like some kind of kidnapping by some cartel, some Mexican drug people. I'm not sure exactly why they end up doing it. I forget. It's been a while since I've watched that one.
Right.
But it's not terrible. It's watchable. It's a quick watch, just because there's so much fucking death. He kills people in some crazy ways. He makes a new knife and shit.
Yeah.
Pretty badass.
All right. I'll check it out then.
Speaking of the knife, man, the knife is like a character in its own.
Yeah.
They really focus on this. I forget the guy's name that fucking made it. I meant to write it down, but forgot. But because it was such an iconic thing too in the first one, but then he obviously loses the knife after he gets arrested, so they had to get him a new one. But I mean, it's definitely an iconic part of this film. You would think the machine guns and shit is, but no. The knife is a part. It's an extension of Rambo.
I used to have a real knife that looked very similar to his knife. And I used to call it my Rambo knife.
I almost bought one earlier today.
Just for the hell of it.
I saw it on Sylvester Stallone's webpage where he sells all of his like movie stuff, his license.
Nice.
Shit. And yeah, it was $165.
Whew.
I was like,
Well,
I mean, it's like has like the fake Stallone signature stamp on the blade and shit. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's on Amazon, so yeah, it's gonna be a little bit upcharged.
it's numbered out of 10,000. But
That was 12,000.
looks
Pretty
like
nice, though.
10,000.
Yeah.
No, it's dope. Like I still want to get one. I don't know what the fuck I would do with it. I'd probably get a glass case and
Right.
put it on the wall. But
You know, if you got to go on a mission, whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Yo.
No, I like too. Like whenever you said like he grabs the microphone and tells Murdoch like you're pretty much fucked, and then just like the reaction of Murdoch's face, he's just like fucking scrambling. He just like kind of wanders out of there, especially towards the end. And he's like, clear the room, clear the room. He's like, I need some fucking time alone. And then at the end, whenever fucking they call back and he knows Rambo's landing and he just fucking kind of disappears. And then he lands the fucking bird down, all the guys get off or whatever, and then he fucking smacks Erickson with the butt of the gun. And he's like, welcome back. We're glad you made it back. And he's like, no, you fucking don't. You fucking piece of shit. I forget the other guy's name too. What was the guy with the sunglasses name? I don't know say his name, do they?
What's that?
Character-wise? Do they ever say
Oh,
character-wise?
the guy that's the other guy that's with Erickson?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't remember. No, I don't think they might have. I don't remember his name.
Give me something cold to drink. Like I was watching one of like the bloopers on that one. He couldn't like because he opens the fucking Coke machine or whatever and gets him a Coke, and then like in like the blooper reel, he's trying to close the fridge back up, and he like the soda machine back up, and he can't, like it's stuck. So then he like has to like nudge it, and then so like fucking Sly grabs like these little mini flags and starts waving them around, and then he opens it up and closes it, and he's like, "It's not hard, it's not hard." He's like, "Come to the gym with me in the morning."
That's funny.
So like they were giving a bunch of shit for that. That was pretty good. I definitely had a lot of fun because I know like the blooper thing I was watching, Krenner kept messing up his line, and then you could just hear Stallone going again. Then he just starts laughing.
That's funny. But, you know, the one thing that I have a question though about this movie, at the end of it, when he like says his goodbye to old dude, and he just walks off. Where the fuck's he going?
Thailand.
Yeah.
He's just gonna walk there.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he'll find other means of transportation, but
I mean, he just fired off a massive weapon at, you know.
apparently there's no debrief.
What you mean walk the earth?
I don't know. That part's kind of cheesy too. But again, like
I want what they want and what everybody wants. And he makes basically the same kind of speech in fucking Rocky IV. That was the thing too. They said they were going to get Dolph Lundgren to be the Russian colonel, but since he was doing Rocky IV, he didn't want to have any fucking mishaps of someone thinking that they made two different Rocky movies.
Oh well.
So like apparently like Dolph Lundgren was actually cast. He bought Dolph out so they could get somebody else.
Every other guy who came over here and spilled his guts and gave everything he had wants for our country to love us as much as we love it. That's what I want.
How you gonna live?
Day by day.
That's always my favorite. That's the fucking end of that video game too. Fuck that.
Nah.
Just how that game ends, just day by day. I feel like it's like there's definitely shit that I think we've been missing, but the movie goes by so quick, man. Like I said, there's not a lot of dialogue. Like there's a few quotable lines, like that Rambo has or whatever. But like with 50 lines of dialogue, it's pretty tough.
What about the chicken?
The chicken.
Yeah, remember they're chasing after him, and he sees the chicken or whatever, and then he all of a sudden the chicken's gone, and all of a sudden they're trying to go through like the corn stalks or whatever, and they see the blood and they think it's him, but he's leading them to the trail where he's lighting it on fire.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's like he's getting chased by all these guys. They're shooting at him and everything. He's just like running through villages, and there's just like innocent people just sit there like, okay.
Yeah, he's running through the rice field, and they're like fucking shooting mortars at him.
Yeah.
Like the worst shots ever. And they even grew rice fields and shit like in Mexico. Like they made everything as authentic as they could. They said the only thing they really couldn't find was like I guess they had to import a water buffalo.
All right.
Wow. I was like, that's pretty wild. So they try to make this shit like as authentic as possible. Like a lot of the military guys that like the background players, they were just fucking extras that lived in the village. They just gave them all fucking military outfits and it was just like follow George.
Yeah. That's funny. I wonder if there's any mishaps with that.
I don't know, but I think the only one that ever got close to dying was Stallone.
That makes sense.
Like I said, I think they mistimed one of the explosions, and it's almost a bad time for the guy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to respect him though. I mean, he's always kind of done like his own kind of stunts and shit most of the time. I mean, he's had stuntmen and all that, but he's always but especially the beginning of his career, like of doing stuff, he was doing a lot of his own shit. Gotta respect it. I've always when it comes down between him and Arnold, I like Arnold and everything, but I like way more movies from Stallone, and it kind of all started with this movie. So yeah,
he was on a roll there for a good while.
Yeah. I mean, if you go down the line, which I think we've talked about this before, I think if you go down the line of all the Stallone movies and all the Arnold movies, the ones that I consider good, there's way more on Stallone's side.
Right. And like this era here, like he was just fucking bouncing back and forth between like this and Rocky.
Yeah, he was owning it like big time.
Yeah, like he was killing the shit.
I always thought it was weird, not really weird, but also it's kind of funny, like that. He really was, he was doing Rambo and Rocky at the same time, and it's like, man, you really are trying to just keep up the king of like the action movies, aren't you? Like that's pretty like, and both of them were popular.
Him and Arnold were fucking at each other's throats back in, like. Oh
yeah,
like it was like the biggest, rivalry ever.
The biggest, most ridiculous rivalry, which they're fine now. They've been fine for years now, but
yeah, I mean they always were back then too. They just fucking egged each other on.
Oh yeah, I mean just like in Twins, and that whole thing, like
right.
But for
that famous comedian
for
Arnold Braunschweiger.
Yeah, but for somebody to have two popular, like, because most time in action movies it was like if an action star had another movie out with a more popular movie that was like a franchise or whatever, usually that other movie wasn't going to do shit. But,
right.
You can have two real big character, like, action movies, shit, and make them both work. Again, not a big Rocky fan, but I respect it. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I love me some Rocky. That's what I don't know. Like, if I had to pick a franchise between the two of them, I'd have to fucking coin flip.
That's what makes these guys so legendary. Stallone, Schwarzenegger. It's like actors come along, and I think most dream of being able to play an iconic character in film.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys have played so many different iconic characters that it's like, it makes them legendary, because it just transcends just regular film.
Yeah. Agreed.
because Rambo, Rocky, freaking what's his name in Cobra? Shit, Marion Cobra. Judge Dredd, I don't know.
Demolition Man,
John Spartan.
Cliffhanger, like there's so many. I mean, even what is it, Assassins?
Oh yeah,
Tango.
That's a good one. Yeah. Fucking Copland, which is I think a really underrated movie. Where he actually gained some weight on that one.
I think a lot of beef with that one was because it wasn't your normal Stallone flick.
Right. Yeah.
Like it didn't even have like as much action as like what was that one joint, Nighthawks or whatever.
Yeah, Nighthawk. That's another good one. I mean, he's always that guy that like guys want to be, and the women always wanted to be with. So he was like perfect, like for any white-blooded American male that it's like, oh, this guy's the shit. They always know how to direct him. And of course, I mean, he always was his own director in a lot of his movies. But
and then like doing Rambo too, like he started that iconic look, like dudes getting their fucking hair permed with the fucking headband on. Fucking, he started like the '80s glamour rock hairstyle. Like,
well, I don't know about that, but
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I'm looking like Stevie Nicks. Not Stevie Nicks, but fucking Stevie Six. Nikki Six. There we go.
Six. Well, Nikki Six before, but whatever.
And I think it's, a lot of these characters, the key is that they're so likable no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You especially with the Rambo series, obviously with Rocky, he's the underdog and everybody's rooting for him. Rambo is the American hero. You know what I mean? Right. You look at the first film and you look at the second, third film, and they're two completely different themes. You know what I mean? They're focusing on First Blood. They're focusing on him and the veterans and what they went through in the war and how they've kind of get forgotten by their country and everything like that. Once you get to the second and third films, that's kind of put aside, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna completely focus on the carnage. It just, like I said, it's over the top violence and for cinematic purpose. And there's still themes that within part two, whenever he gives that monologue at the end, he's talking about the sacrifice and the loyalty that he had, and that, all of our veterans have for our country. It's like, right. Whenever he says, I just want our country to love us as much as we love it, especially, when you deal with all the bureaucracy and everything that's happened in real life, whenever they have failed you, you just want them to be there for you because you have this undying loyalty to the company. Or not the company, the country. There's so many people that have sacrificed, and a lot of these government people just kind of, they say, oh, we're gonna salute the troops and this and that, but it's, it's just for show. It's like, you see, especially at the end of the first one, whenever he breaks down to Troutman, what these guys have dealt with, the PTSD, everything, where, they're just, it just so much that it affected them to where, I think a lot of people don't realize it. They see, these vets, that are homeless now. And it's just a tragedy that these guys are just kind of forgotten and they don't get the credit that our country is not, there for them, whenever they were there willing to risk their life to defend it.
Right.
And I think that, a lot of those themes are just reiterated. 40 years has gone by and we still see it. We still see the vets that are in wheelchairs, that are homeless, that are going through so much and have fought, because it's like we still got the people from these wars. It's like it seems like those wars were so long ago, but we still have the survivors here. And it sucks that, that people that shouldn't be put up on a pedestal are, whenever you have like real heroes like these guys that should be not only celebrated, but, they should be taken care of. So, whenever we saw that Veterans Day was falling on this night, on the night we do the live feed, we were like, okay, let's do Rambo. We got to do something military themed, and just something to show some love to the troops, man. Because without them, a lot of the freedoms and the shit we have, just wouldn't be here. So it's like anybody that's willing to go out there and risk their life to defend us, to defend what the USA is supposed to stand for, then they get all the credit. And it's like what he says at the end of this one, where Troutman's like, "Oh, you're going to get another Medal of Honor," and he's like, "Give it to them; they deserve it."
Right.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, man.
Yeah, like whenever he asked the dude that he saved or whatever, he's like, how long you been in here? And he's like, about a week. And he's like, when's the last? He's like, they move us around a lot. He's like, when's the last time you were here? And he's like, a year, I think. What year is it anyway? He's like 1985, and he's just like, oh fuck, I've been here for a long fucking time.
Yeah, because it's like they don't know what day it is, what year it is. It's just day after day, just living in a hell. So it's like when somebody finally comes along and says, "Hey, it's 1985," like, oh my god, I've been dealing with this for years.
Yeah.
So and it's sad. That's the sad part. I'm sitting here watching these films, and it's like to think that there's actually people that are still out there as POWs or MIA. It's crazy. In 2025, there's still people somewhere in this world that are being held hostage, and we may never see them again.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. It's sad as fuck.
Yeah. So there is a deeper meaning behind these films, but definitely once you get to the second and third one, and even the last one, it's just a glorified violence. It's Hollywood, taking advantage of that. And
the Russians are behind everything.
The Russians, any country that we're opposing becomes the villain, and we got to capitalize on it. So,
right, because that's the American way.
It is, unfortunately. Capitalism is finest.
We got to pay back that $1 trillion in debt.
God.
So you gentlemen have anything else to add to this glorious film or franchise?
Watch it.
For sure.
It's one of those kind of films that if you like action movies, we all grew up with them. Because, I'm sure some of us probably remember having older family members, like dads and uncles and whatever, like cousins or whatever, watching these fucking movies. Check them out. They're fun. They're not a bunch, it's not a bunch of fucking CGI shit, whatever. It's practical effects, and it's nonstop action, and you can have a lot of fun with it. Just don't take it too seriously, but get the hint, get the point.
That's one of the things I love is being able to go back and just watch this, and there's not any piece of CGI. It's so beautiful, so pure, And like I said, it's just mindless violence. You could pop it on and just tune out and just say, oh, okay, I'm just going to enjoy this. And especially if you're someone that's our age, old timer like us, it's so much nostalgia to go back and watch it, and you get those same feelings, like Chad was saying. You get those goosebumps when you see him sharpening the knife. Something as simple as him putting on a headband and tightening it, all those same feelings come back, and you're like, hell yeah. And Stallone, like I said, legendary guy, playing these iconic characters. But I think overall, you see John Rambo, and he's such an iconic character. Whenever you look at John Rambo, it's like you're looking down at Stallone right here in these pictures below us. That's John Rambo, but what he represents is all of our U.S. military that's been willing to serve and sacrifice, and the loyalty they have to the U.S. So, as much props as I give the Rambo franchise, I give props to the military. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Oh yeah, beautifully said, sir. Beautifully said. All right, well, let's wrap that up and see what we have lined up on the clip of the week here, and fingers crossed that we're back next week.
Look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, don't swallow. And while you're jumping from one foot to the next, what is he doing? He's laughing his sick fucking ass off. He's a tight ass. He's a sadist. He's an absentee landlord. Worship that? Never.
Man, I haven't watched that fucking movie in a hot.
Well, I haven't either, and I it's been popping up on little clips on TikTok and different things like that. I've got to go back and watch that movie. It's like that's a great scene. Al Pacino plays a great devil.
Right?
Yeah. It's just classic Pacino, man. He's so good at that shit. And Keanu Reeves. It's one of those ones we'll probably end up doing one night. I can imagine.
Hell yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Devil's Advocate, man. Good shit.
Definitely good.
Well, as usual, after the clip of the week, let's get you fellers paid.
Ho, 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 everybody! Laser Trading Company is on YouTube. Head over now to check out some of the videos from Mike's travels and experiences. Don't forget to subscribe, 8,900 and growing. Thank you all. Laser Trading Company is also available on eBay with various merchandise and collectibles. Hundreds of great holiday gift ideas. That's Laser Trading Company to all, and to all a good night.
You bit off a little more nasty than you could chew. Now you gotta deal with all the nasty coming down your throat.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nice. I like that. That was good.
All right. So, gents, next week, I figured we'd still kind of kick the, I guess you could say, I don't know about military theme, but it's a wartime theme. And since Sisu 2, The Revenge, comes out on the 21st, next Tuesday on November 18th, we will be doing Sisu, the very first film, before we go see Sisu Part 2 next weekend.
Part 2?
Part 2. Sisu 2, Revenge.
And that's one of those ones. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and check it out and come back and join us next week, because I feel like this is one that kind of fell under the radar for a lot of people.
100%.
It's got actors that a lot of people aren't familiar with, but it's a film.
It's a Finland film.
Yes, it's a Finland film, and it's one of those ones that I think a lot of people enjoy. Another a lot of violence. We're just embracing the violence this month. So we're going to lean into it. Sisu 2, getting ready to come out in theaters. We're going to go back and revisit Sisu 1.
Right. Or Sisu. One of my top threes, in 2023?
Might have been. I can't remember. But, Sisu, First Blood, we're going to check it out.
Yeah, man. Sisu, First Blood.
I've never seen it, so I'm curious about watching.
This is going to be a first-time watch for Chuck and is for Dave as well, I believe, because Dave doesn't watch movies. He just works in a video store.
As long as any sense.
As long as he returns from his mission successfully,
Well, he should.
Prayers.
He's a beast. He don't let anything slow him down. He's stubborn like the rest of us. So there you have it, folks. Rambo, First Blood Part 2. Next week, Sisu. And go out and check out Predator Badlands and Sisu Part 2 next weekend. Like I said in the beginning of the show, go check out Tony Wash over at Better Than Chuck on YouTube. Check out the trailer. Wait for that show to come out. Go check out some stuff on Screenbox like Bloody Bites, Skeleton in the Closet, The Rake. A lot of other stuff Tony does on Scotchworthy TV. If you want to see the reviews for the top 10 list, go check out Scene Snobs with Mick Manhattan. He drops a lot of the new films reviews on his channel. And that's about all I got. So we will see you next Tuesday.
USA, USA, USA. Come on, guys. USA, USA.
Okay, USA.
USA, USA.
Okay, USA.
Oh!